Tally-ho, Mondo here, and welcome to a new segment I've started to do, which is Musing with Mondo, where I will talk about anything really, anything and everything. And because I haven't really asked you guys for a topic, I've decided that I'm going to do a topic that's very, very close to my heart, and that is Jurassic Park. I absolutely love the films. When I first saw the first one, it used to terrify me. But now that I've seen it so many times, it's unbelievable. The fact that, if you think about it, science these days can do what they did in those films. Well, they are trying to do it with a woolly mammoth, I believe. Right, without any further ado, I am going to run down some information about the Jurassic Park films. Basically, because I love them that much, I do a lot of research when it comes to the films and the canon of the films. And, oh my god, some news was rumoured recently for Jurassic World. It was leaked or rumoured that the runtime for the film was released, which is 150 minutes. So that's 2.5 hours of dinosaurs, really. I'm excited to go. My other half, on the other hand, probably will not go to watch the film with me. I'll be going on my own. Oh well, I don't care. It's a Jurassic Park film. It's linked to all of them. It's the original island, Isla Nublar. I have actually said that I would love to go to the island, because I've actually looked on the map and it does exist. Although the filming was actually done in Hawaii, I believe. The other big thing is that there is a rumour that the Indominus Rex, I believe it is, which is the one that they've genetically created, will fight the T-Rex, which sounds amazing. You're going to get something that is a real dinosaur, plus one that they use the DNA from the T-Rex to make it. And apparently, if you go on the website, JurassicWorld.com, it's like you're booking a holiday for the website. You can look at the dinosaurs themselves, and they've got a picture of the T-Rex that's in the park. And if you look carefully, the T-Rex has got scars down its neck and on the other side. I think that the T-Rex that they've got in Jurassic World is the one from the original movie. From Jurassic Park, which to me is brilliant. And how far in the future is this film set? How has the T-Rex survived so long without any lysine? Because they made them lysine deficient. I know that the dinosaurs on the second island were explained how they survived. Basically, the herbivores eat lysine-rich plants, and then the carnivores eat those herbivores. But I don't see how it works in Jurassic Park and the first island, Isla Nublar. The other thing is, you've got Chris Pratt's character who has tamed velociraptors. Apparently the story behind them is that he raised them from when they were hatched. He made themselves the head of their circle, really. And I believe there's 4. And the names have been leaked. You've got Charlie, Delta, Echo, which are all military names. Phonetic alphabet, I think it is. And then you've got the one random one, which is called Blue. I don't know why it's not called Bravo. But you can tell which one is Blue compared to the others. Because if you look at the clip where he's got the other dino, with the velociraptors are in front of him and he's stopping them, one of them's got a blue streak through them. So my theory is that is gonna be Blue. And I don't know who the 2 next to him are, and I don't know where the fourth one is. The other thing is, I've recently found out, after doing some research into the films and the games that came about, that throughout the franchise, the deaths of many of the characters have been contributed to the velociraptors more than the T-Rex. Although the T-Rex is the big picture, he's on all the posters, he's on the logo. The Velociraptors have killed more people throughout the franchise. And with that note, I'm just going to run through the three of the films. I'm not going to do any of the games, because if you look on my channel, I'm doing the Jurassic Park the game. And looking through, it did spoil a little for me because I haven't got that far of who dies in it. So I'm just going to do the films, and I'm going to let you find out in the Jurassic Park game who dies. Right, in the first Jurassic Park, there are only 5 deaths. For a big film, only 5 deaths is astonishing. I thought there was more until I looked into this. You've got the gatekeeper, who's at the beginning of the film when they're pushing the raptors thing into the other cage, and it bashes and he falls down. He dies by a raptor, obviously. Then the next death is Dennis Nedry, who's killed by a Diablosaurus. He's in the car, spits on him. You can see the body in the Jurassic Park Telltale game. Then you got Gennaro, who's the lawyer. He's killed by the T-Rex, sat on the toilet. One of the most iconic kills, I reckon, in all of the film. Then you've got Ray Arnold, played by the great Samuel L. Jackson, who doesn't swear at all in the film because it was a PG, I think it was. We're not too sure how he dies, but it's shown to be a Velociraptor, because you've got the one in there with Sattler. And then finally in that film, Robert Muldoon. He's the final kill, or the dinosaur killed by a Velociraptor. So you think there's more than that, but you think about Muldoon is the final death in the whole film. Then we go on to the Lost World. There's a few more kills in here. I couldn't get all the names. I apologise. Right, so without any further ado, before you say anything, the little girl at the beginning wasn't killed. She was just badly injured. You've got Eddie Carr, who is eaten by the T-Rexes in his car, which is quite ironic if you think about his name. Then you got Dieter. He's eaten by compies. I am not even going to try and pronounce their official name. I'm going to stick with compies. The little green things that electrocutes. He's attacked by a pack of them. Then you got Carter, who is Dieter's friend, and he's killed by it standing on him. And when it stands on him, it doesn't kill him straight away. It goes 3 more steps with him attached to the foot before he's dead, and he's just left in a puddle. Then you've got Robert Burke, who is he's the scientist that's come with the guys that are getting all of the dinosaurs to take to a new park in San Diego. He's killed by the T-Rex because a snake goes down his shirt. I'm not one for snakes myself. If it went down my shirt, I'd freak out. But I would kind of just take off my shirt. I wouldn't flail around so a T-Rex could grab my arm. Then you've got AJ, who is the hunter's friend, the one that Nico Van Owen calls... Oh, what does he call him? He calls him... Abraham, that's his name, as in from Moby Dick. Roland, that's his name. He's the best friend of Roland. He dies by a Velociraptor. You don't actually see him get killed, but it is implied that he died in the long grass after screaming, "Don't go into the long grass!" with everyone, and then runs into the long grass with them. Then I couldn't get names, there was too many of them. Most of the InGen workers that came with Roland and that die in that field to Velociraptors. Then you've got the boat operators, the boatmen, who when they capture the T-Rex and they're taking it to San Diego, they all get eaten And I'm assuming it's the T-Rex because it's awake and there's no one else on the boat. There's no other dinosaur on the boat. So I'm assuming it's the T-Rex. I apologise if I'm wrong, or if there was a mention to what ate them or killed them. I can't tell you what it was. And then you got San Diego people. There's too many. You see the one that he eats as he tries to go into the shop, and you see the dog get eaten. But I'm not too sure if you see the family or the owner of the dog, because it roars at them. But then it just disappears. And finally, you've got Peter, who is the nephew to John Hammond. He gets eaten by the baby T-Rex. While the big T-Rex is watching, while Daddy's watching, he watches the little one get eaten, they shut it, and they send it off, and they leave it. And now, finally, onto the third film, you have the boat people again, who do the dinosaur, the paragliding thing. They get eaten, but you don't know what dinosaur does it. You just see it in ruins. And me personally, I can't tell what dinosaur did it. Was it a sea one, or was it a land one that was on a rock or something? Then you got Ben Hildebrand, who is on the paraglider. I know you don't find out that he dies till a bit later on, but it's assumed that he dies at this point. And you don't know what dinosaur is killed him, or has devoured his flesh. But it's safe to assume there could have been raptors because they were quite close to that raptor nest. Then you got Cooper, who is one of the mercenaries hired by the Kirby family. He's killed by the Spinosaurus. And I looked it up, and that's what its actual name is. I don't know why, because there wasn't many spines on it. It's got a sail. I like the Suctamundus that Billy says. That's such a better name. And then you got Nash. He gets killed by the Spinosaurus in the plane. When it's crashed, it rips off the front and it grabs his leg and pulls him out. And he tries to pull Mrs. Kirby with him. So yeah, that's 2 dead. And then you got Udesky. And I thought he would have died to the Spinosaurus to go out with his 2 colleagues. But actually he gets eaten by... Well, he's not even eaten, he's just killed by a Velociraptor. Snaps his neck, which is quite smart for a dinosaur, to be honest. And that there is all of the deaths in all of the Jurassic Parks. And with Jurassic World coming out, I am wondering who's going to die and who's going to live. And why do people keep planning these things with dinosaurs? They're not the best kind of pets in the world, are they? You can't really make a zoo out of them, but many people will try because there's lots of money in it. I am looking forward to the film. What do you guys think? Are you looking forward to the film? To me, it looks like it's going to be a great film, another Chris Pratt film, and he's become quite a good actor, me personally, and I think the film will work. And I want to see this Indonesius Rex, or Indominus Rex, or however you pronounce it. I want to see it. And the line that the guy says, one of the scientists says, "Do you think it will scare the kids?" And he turns around and says, "I think it would give the parents nightmares." So, I just want to see it, you know. I would love to go to the park myself. I know I wouldn't want to be there when all the dinosaurs get out. And my other little bit of information for you about the film is if you look at the map in the trailer when they've got the park up and running, you can see the top half of the map is completely blank. There are no there's no fences, there are no dinosaurs in that area. And if you look closely at the Jurassic Park, the original, that is where the original park was. So what's going on up there? That's what I want to know. Right, that's me musing over Jurassic Park. Hopefully I haven't bored you too much and you've stayed to the end. And I think I'll call that night there. And hopefully you guys, you've enjoyed what I've talked about. And now I ask you, pick a topic for me. What would you like to see me musing over? Anything you want. Video games, movies, comic books, books. I'll even read the book so I understand what you guys are after. If you want a book or a comic book, I'll find it and read it. Just give me a topic to muse about. And without any further ado, be good. And if you can't be good, don't get caught. Bye.